What's up, everybody? Welcome back to an all-new episode of Conflicts. Today we'll be doing another countdown of my top 32 robots that you can buy right now. Now, this here is regarding the collection of all different robots we've reviewed, and I went ahead and ranked them based on my own personal favorites. Now, this here is not a sponsored video, it's non-biased, it's nothing, it's all my honest opinion, and together we'll be sharing exactly what it's all about. So if you guys actually wanted to go ahead and learn more about the robot we're talking about, you can go ahead and see the video that I actually filmed for it. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so number 32 is Gomer. Now, Gomer was a robot that I personally thought was a really cute robot, just because it included a claw as well as these lovable eyes and had a very friendly personality. Now, it also came with 3 cubes where it can go ahead and stack and move about, and almost had a small resemblance to Cosmo, which was quite interesting. Now, this particular robot you can go ahead and find right now, so it's actually kind of neat to see, especially with the claw and whatnot. I would highly recommend it, especially if you're trying to get into robotics. Number 31 is Pando. Now, Pando was a humanoid robot that almost had a futuristic feel to it. However, it did lack a little bit of a personality. Now, it did perform more in terms of the educational aspect, but it being a humanoid robot was actually quite unique. It's something we've never seen before, including a variety of different touch sensors. I have to say it's kind of one of the most unique looking robots we've seen yet, and again, would fall under the top 32. Up next, we have Memo 2.0, which you can go ahead and kind of find right now for about $100. It's a great robot featuring a robotic arm, built-in camera, two-way microphone, allowing you to go ahead and control it almost as a spy robot. It is actually a lot of fun to play with. Now, we've used this robot in a variety of different things, including battles, as well as tasks. It's actually a very interesting robot altogether. Number 29, we have Scout at $329. Now, Scout was actually a robot that we reviewed as a prototype, and I'm imagining now it's significantly better than what it was before. This particular robot almost had a small resemblance to Cosmo or Vector, I would say, but again, it was its own unique class featuring Omni wheels. Now, this particular robot was able to go over different bumps and maneuvers and featured almost a stealth-like appearance, which was actually kind of fun. Now, the whole design concept was it for you can go ahead and control it remotely when you're not at home, and it can go ahead and scout your house as well when you're not at home and report back to you with its findings. Number 28, Robo Hero at $269. Now, I was actually quite surprised to see this robot still for sale from the original manufacturer. This particular robot was one of the first humanoid robots we reviewed, and it's actually one of my favorite, just because it houses almost a superhero kind of style and features a variety of different servos and can go ahead and perform different moves. Not only is it a great dancer, but it can go ahead and do different exercises. And it's actually kind of interesting to see something at its size. It's one of the most unique in terms of its size scale. Number 27 is Plen 2 at $699. Now, Plen 2 is a Japanese humanoid robot that's actually very well built, meaning it can go and do a lot of different tasks, from picking up blocks, from just doing dances. It's actually a great humanoid robot at a pint-sized scale. Not only that, if you really wanted to, you can actually find 3D printed models of this particular robot and you print it yourself at your own home. So it's actually kind of nice that they did kind of upload it, that 3D format, so you can go and customize it to your own liking. Number 26 is Biddle at $299. Now, Biddle was a robot we recently just reviewed. It's a robotic dog that you can actually put on this palm of your hand. And it's got a lot of different tricks to it, meaning it can go ahead and balance itself. It can march, it can crawl, it can even do a backflip, which is absolutely crazy. Now, the only reason why I put it at a lower scale is just because the limitations are there. There's not that many moves that are pre-programmed into it, but again, you can go ahead and customize it to your own liking. Overall, they did a great job with it. Alongside with Nibble, both robots are a great deal. Number 25, we have the Darwin Mini at $539. Now, the Darwin Mini is essentially what it sounds like. It is a mini version of the Darwin OP2, I believe, and that particular robot is actually a very interesting robot just because it can do just about anything, which we reviewed the OP3, but the Darwin Mini is designed to be more of an entertainment-based robot that, again, is designed to be a pint-sized scale, almost at the Robo Hero size. Now, I love the fact that it is interlockable. You can go ahead and essentially customize and create it yourself, and it doesn't require too many nuts and bolts to build. Other than that, it's actually a great robot. However, it is quite flimsy, so you want to just be careful when you do use it. Number 24, we have the Jimmu Inventor level at $399. Now, this robot was actually one of the very first robots we've seen, especially into Mall of America. It is an elephant robot that you can build using blocks. Now, they have different variations of robots that you can build. So you can build like a giraffe, you can build a humanoid, but we went ahead and built the elephant just because it's actually a very interesting robot with a lot of animation. Now, I really particularly am a big fan of building things, and building a robot like that is actually something very unique, and it's still one of my favorites overall. Number 23 is Bioloid at $1,299. Now, that's actually a lot of money for an old robot. However, it is actually a stepping stone, or essentially one of the key steps of a robot that we've seen today. Just because it's one of the historical robots, I would highly recommend it to add it to your collection. Now, it does move a little bit slow, but it can go ahead and kick, perform actions, it can dance, and it's actually one of the classic robots that I've seen, and it's one of my favorites just for that reason. Now, it comes with a variety of different sensors, it comes with the controller, and it's something really cool, especially from something like Robotis, I would highly recommend. Number 22 is Roby at $1,699. Now, if you're not familiar with Roby, Roby is a fun, lovable robot that has a lot of personality. Now, unfortunately, we did review the Japanese version, but they do have an English version as well. Then again, you can go ahead and kind of switch it about, but it's actually a fun robot just because it's a monthly subscription package that you can go ahead and build and create your own Roby. Now, this particular company is something that's also made the R2-D2 that we're currently building, as well as the miniature Iron Man scale. So it's actually kind of interesting to see how they do this. So it's essentially a monthly subscription plan, allowing you to go ahead and build a robot and read articles and stuff like that as you're doing so. So I would recommend it, especially if you're trying to build something slowly and you don't have the budget for it all up front. You can always go ahead and do a monthly payment plan. Number 21 is the Aolis 1S. Now, this particular robot is still for sale. However, the site is currently down, so I can't give you a price just yet. However, I would recommend it just because it's actually a fun entertainment robot. So there's a lot of different animations. I think it does a ballerina dance and a variety of different actions that you can see with your typical humanoid robots, such as the Alpha 1S, as well as Dobie. These robots are all kind of the same, but this one here is actually more defined, and it actually has a high build quality to it. If you're looking for a decent robot that is an entertainment robot that can perform actions, this one here is definitely for you. Number 20 is a K1 Pro at $299 by Robotics. Now, this robot here, although it looks like a very expensive robot, $299 is almost a steal of a price for something like this size. It's a robot that can perform a variety of custom actions, and has a lot of personality overall. Now, you can actually see the price point difference on why this robot costs $299, as the servos are not as efficient or as quality of a grade compared to some of the higher end robots. But again, if you're trying to look for something that's really basic and defaulted in price, this here is a great buy for you. Now, Robotics makes a lot of cool products, which we'll be looking at, but the K1 Pro definitely makes the list. Number 19 is Hexa at $1,111. Now, a Hexa is literally a hex robot featuring 6 legs, allowing you to go ahead and crawl over just about anything. Not only that, it can climb upstairs, it can go ahead and climb over a little passageway, and it's actually a lot of fun to see. Now, it does have a little bit of a creepy vibe. However, if you're looking into robotics, that shouldn't be an issue. Now, this particular robot has been out for quite some time, so it's quite interesting to see that they still offer it for sale, and it has to be one of my favorite robots thus far. Number 18 is the Robotis GP at $2,399. Now, the Robotis GP is literally what it sounds like. It's a Grand Prix robot, essentially a fighting robot designed with metal claws to go ahead and punch about. Again, it is a little bit top heavy, so you want to be careful a little bit when you do build it. I am kind of sad to say that when they did offer it, they included extra pieces like claws for the hands, but they never really balanced it out, and that's actually a bit of a downside for me with this robot. Now, it itself is a fast robot. However, it can't actually put down the performance on the ground. So when it runs, it literally just slides about. So that is a bit of a downside. However, it is a highly quality built robot, and if you're looking into competitive robot fighting, this one here might be for you. Number 17 is the Alpha 1 Pro at $599. So this one here is a great entertainment robot. Now, the Alpha 1 and the Alpha 1 Pro are both great quality robots, and they've been out for quite some time. However, they do perform very well for their time being. Not only do they look great, but they have smooth actions and perform a variety of different dances from like Gangnam Style to just about anything that's built into the app. Not only that, it has a customization format where you can go ahead and animate by simply moving the limbs and recording the action, which I preferably like. Number 16 is the JD Humanoid Robot at $499. Now this robot has been out for quite some time as well. However, it's actually a really cool robot just because it's the only robot I've ever seen that can hold a microphone and sing and dance at the same time. So it does have a bit of a eerie kind of look to it. However, the robot itself performs very, very well. And the company itself has a lot of great quality builds, and you can even go and customize and create your own robot using their kits. If you're looking for a great beginner build, this one here is definitely for you. It's very easy to build and doesn't require much bolts. Actually, it doesn't require any bolts from my understanding, and it's literally clip and play, which is actually a great buy. Number 15, the T9E at $379. Now this here is designed to be an educational format of the original T9 robot, which is a transformer robot. Now the interesting thing about this is that it contains a lot of servos and it transforms from a truck into a humanoid robot. So you get the two different formats. You can go ahead and program the car, or you can program the robot based on your personal liking. Now it comes with a full app interface allowing you to go ahead and program it based on your own integration, and it has a lot of different actions that are pre-programmed into it. Not only that, they also offer their own curriculum, which is a great buy for someone who's looking for an educational robot that is both cool, unique, and easy to use. Number 14 is Tammy at $3,999, which happens to be this little guy right over here, or tall guy right over here. This here is a servant robot that can go ahead and follow you around and bring you whatever you want. It's essentially a unique robot that's designed to be speaker built on wheels. So you can go ahead and blast music with it. It has a touchscreen capability. You can go ahead and webcam from this to your phone and talk when you're out and about. You can even drive it when you're not even home. So if you have to go ahead and use it for security purposes, you can always drive it. So it's actually a great quality robot, and I have to say it's one of the best looking robots we've seen yet in terms of a servant robot goes, and I would highly recommend it if you're looking for something that you can drive around the house and interact as well. Up next we have the XGo Mini at number 13 with $549. Now the XGo Mini was the first dog style robot, or the quadruped robot we reviewed, and it's actually one of the most coolest things I've seen yet, just because it's made out of high quality build grade material and features a little screen on there that you can go ahead and customize. Now this particular robot performs exactly the way you would imagine. It's almost as It's almost as one of those gigantic robot dogs at a pint-sized scale, and I would highly recommend it, especially if you're trying to look for a quadruped robot. This year is definitely something you should look into. Number 12 is the Robotis Engineer Kit, featuring a price base point of $1,089 with an addition of $759 for the Robotic Kit 2. Now that is the selling factor, is that you can go ahead and just build the original kit, or you can go ahead and expand on it and get the kit 2. Allowing you to go ahead and build a variation of different robots. It's actually an all-in-one exclusive kit designed to go ahead and customize. Now obviously when you're using screws, it's kind of hard to unscrew things and kind of rebuild it, and that was one of the downsides of this particular kit. However, the overall kit 2 humanoid robot was really nice and performed quite well. It can go ahead and do a roll, it can do actions. It's actually a great quality build, and it's great for educational purposes. I'm excited to see what the Kit 3 will look like going forward. Number 11 is the LEO28. Now there's no price on this particular robot, however they do have a website up so you can go and contact them if you still want it. Now this here is a fighting humanoid robot that is built out of carbon fiber, which makes it lightweight, but it also makes it more destructible. Now that itself can actually fall on itself quite easily, however it does perform quite interesting, making it fast, agile, and has a nice strong punch. Now it does come with the controller and it looks really cool. Definitely one of the most unique aspects in terms of a humanoid robot we've seen. One of my favorites. Number 10 is the Now robot at $10,500. Now that's that robot in our case right over there. Probably one of the most expensive robots we've seen yet, just because it is fully programmable and you can go ahead and do just about anything with it. Now this year is designed for colleges and universities. However, you can also go ahead and buy one for your personal collection like we did, and you can go ahead and program it to like give stories, walk with you. It's actually a very interesting robot overall. Now, I would highly recommend it, especially if you're into education or if you're trying to learn more about programming. This year is more on the higher end scale. Definitely something very cool. Number 9 is Zeus at $4,500. Now, this robot went up in price mainly because of supply and demand. This robot features a lot of different servos, has the capability to do cool moves, including dances, actions in terms of fighting, and it has a very superior quality feel that I have not seen in any other robot. Now, it myself is one of my favorite robots just because it looks really daunting and performs quite well in terms of battles. Number 8 is the OP3 at $11,969. Now, Robotis lended us this robot to review, and it was actually a very cool robot. Essentially, it was a computer inside of a robot. Now, it's a humanoid robot, so it's able to go ahead and do a lot of different actions, almost like the Now. And then it has a lot of capability to go ahead and expand on that. So it's not just a dancing entertainment robot. It is a foundational robot that is designed to be programmed. And if you're looking into programming, that is definitely a robot for you. Number 7 is the DJI Robomaster. Now, this particular robot was actually a lot of fun just because it is a great build overall. The wheels were a little bit difficult, but building it was actually quite satisfying. It comes with a camera, a claw, very easy to use, high quality grade material feel. The camera is literally on point, and it's actually a really cool robot overall. You can go ahead and make it autonomous to perform actions, and I think it's great in terms of someone who's trying to get into more of the RC aspect of it, as well as the robotics aspect of it. Number 6 is Dobie at $499. Now, believe it or not, Dobie is actually one of the best robots I've seen yet in terms of humanoids go. It can go ahead and dance and has one of the smoothest actions I've ever seen, and is actually a great quality entertainment robot for kids as well as adults. So if you're looking for a great entertainment humanoid robot, this one here is definitely the best one you can get, and I would highly recommend it, especially if you're in the market for one. Heck, we even had a band of one, which is actually really cool to see. One was playing the drums, one was playing the piano, one was singing, and one was dancing. That was, I don't know how else to say that, but that is actually really cool. Number 5, the T5 Hammerhead at $2,372. Now, the T5 Hammerhead is one of the tallest fighting humanoid robots made out of high quality built material. There's a lot of pieces to this thing, and this thing is almost of an art piece on its own. Probably one of my favorite, if not the favorite robot in terms of humanoid fighting robots goes. This thing is actually a really cool robot. Now, if you're looking for something that looks the part and acts the part, this here is definitely for you. Now, it's on the higher end in terms of price scale, but again, you are paying for the quality. Number 4 is Cosmo at $299. Now, Vector is currently not on sale. However, Cosmo you can purchase, well, the 2.0 model. Now, Cosmo has been out for quite some time, and now it's under Digital Dream Labs. However, this particular robot is still one of the best ones we've ever seen, just because it houses a lot of personality at a very tiny scale. You can go ahead and lift cubes, you can go ahead and program it, you can educate with it. There's a lot of different activities that you can do with it. So if you're looking for something for your child or just for a friend, this here is a great robot for you. Number 3, Ganker Access, $699. Now, I was absolutely surprised to see I was able to go ahead and find one of these for sale. The Ganker X has been out for quite some time. However, just recently they stopped producing it, so these actually became very rare. Now, we reviewed a few Ganker X's. Heck, we even went to China to battle with the Ganker X's at the WCG, and it was actually one of my favorite robots, just because you can go ahead and control it by using gestures, and I've never seen that in any other robot, so being able to puppeteer the robot was actually one of the most unique aspects. Definitely something I am always going to be a fan of, and one of my favorite robots overall. Number 2, Clickbot at $381. Now, I know this year is an underrated robot, but it is actually one of the most personality robots I've seen yet. The animation on this thing is almost something you would see at like a Disney park. It's literally that cool. It is something that is so futuristic, something way beyond its time, and compared to the other robots, this thing is definitely something very unique. And priced at only $381, it is a steal of a bargain. You can go ahead and just build a variety of different robots. However, Bach is my favorite, and I would recommend it just about anyone out there. If you're looking for a robot, get yourself a Clickbot. It's actually one of my favorites. And number 1 is Optimus Prime humanoid robot at around $700 to $800, and with the given market of supply and demand, they're about 1,000 or so now. Anyways, so the Optimus Prime is actually a great quality robot. Now, it is in partnership with Hasbro, Hasbro Pulse to be exact, and they launched this with Transformers and Robosen to create this Optimus Prime robot. Now, it's based off of the foundation of the T9 and the T9E, but this particular robot is a lot taller and features a lot more bang for the buck. It is one of the most sophisticated robots we've seen yet and has very smooth movements. It's actually a great showstopper. I don't know how else to explain it, but wherever I show it to anybody, they're absolutely mind blown by it. Definitely a great buy, and especially if you can find one right now, I would highly recommend it, as these things are going to go up in price. Now, obviously, that shouldn't be the reason why you buy a robot, but if you're looking for something very cool, I would highly recommend it. Definitely one of the coolest robots I've seen yet, and probably one of my favorites thus far. And there you guys have it. So there's my top 32 robots that I'm a particular fan of and that you can actually buy right now. Now, there's actually other robots too that they don't really sell right now, like Super Anthony and, you know, some of the other like Vector. But again, you know, obviously this video is more designed to be about robots that you can purchase today that we've reviewed. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to comment down below what your favorite robot is. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Take care now. Bye-bye.